When a woman exudes both light and dark feminine energies, since she has that contrast, she's able to exude a quiet and still allure. Hello my loves, welcome back. If you're new here, my name is Tatiana. I run a brand called The Femmeuniverse, which focuses on feminine energetics, health, and manifesting with our feminine energies. Today's topic is about the light and dark feminine energies. So we're going to dive in to get a better understanding. I'm going to give you some practices and we're going to wrap it up with a Q&A. Also, make sure to check out the description box to be able to get my free feminine energies guide, which is going to be very interactive and dynamic with these videos that I have created. It includes the different feminine energies and dynamics in a visual and digestible way, so that way you can implement them in your lives and be able to balance wherever you need and empower wherever you need. To get started, let's look at the contrast between the light and the dark feminine energies. The light feminine energy exudes more radiance, is also more inclusive, is more harmonious. It's intuitive, it's joyful, is more forgiving, is enchanting and optimistic. On the other hand, we have the dark feminine energy, which is more mysterious, is more exclusive, is more stoic, is more observant, is more controlled, is passionate, is seductive, is fearless. When we look at the contrast between the light and the dark feminine energies, let's remember that nature always seeks balance. We have daytime and nighttime, we have colder seasons and warmer seasons. The light energy represents what is seen, the dark energy represents what is not seen. People feel more delighted by things that shine, by things that glow, and feel more afraid by things that they cannot see, by darker things. When we look at both the light and the dark feminine energies, we're looking at a contrast that when balance is manifested in ways to trust more in your intuition. Even if you can't see that much further, your intuition is the one that is able to see, to feel if it's safe or not. When a woman exudes both light and dark feminine energies, since she has that contrast, she's able to exude a quiet and still allure, as feminine energy is more still compared to masculine energy that takes more action. And this woman has an allure that magnetizes her from head to toe. When a woman is more connected to her consciousness, to her intuition, she is able to be more self-aware, and that way she is able to more easily connect to her light and her dark energies and switch between them as she needs to. The light allows her to connect to her intuition, and the dark allows her to connect even deeper, to be able to filter through and connect to that deep level of intuition whenever she needs to contemplate something and really feel it. So that way she's able to filter through and be able to come back from a place of more confidence. Typically during meditation, she is able to go deep and be able to go to the depths of her soul, so that way she can get answers. When a woman is connected to her own contrast, she is able to use this as a fuel to connect to her confidence. Knowing that she is embraced in her feminine energies, she is able to unlock this intuitive ability to see through, to assess from a place of more wholeness, and be able to determine what goes and what stays. So having time to self-reflect is very important. Some confusion that I've noticed is that some people believe that when we're talking about light feminine energy and dark feminine energy, one is a good girl and the other one is a seductress. And although that is partly true, that is not the entire story. And the problem is that we can be both, actually. We don't need to just pursue one when we can actually be both. We can be seductive and we can also be radiant at the same time. It all depends on how we look at things and how we want to access our own energies. And that comes from a place of self-awareness and being able to know your own energies. Like the moon, we are multifaceted. We're not just stuck with one identity. So the best thing that we can do is really learn the different types of energy roles and be able to activate them based on what their strengths are, and being aware of also what the weaknesses are. I have also created videos covering a woman's masculine energy, so that way we're more aware of how we can utilize this energy, as we need this energy to structure our lives, to get things going, to plan, and to be able to accomplish things. And of course, we need our feminine energy to be able to recharge and rejuvenate ourselves. So, to cultivate our light and feminine energies, we can connect to the morning time and the night time. Feel both of their differences and be able to categorize on how both of them make you feel. Do you feel more radiant? Do you feel more bubbly and confident during the day when you can see what's out there? Or do you feel more observant and cautious during the night when you're not able to see as much? Notice these differences, as both of them give you feedback on how comfortable you feel with both your dark and your light feminine energies, and get to know them more. Also, practice gratitude, as receiving is part of the feminine energy, and also practice meditating. Meditate during the day, meditate as you wake up, meditate before you go to sleep, and be able to practice your connection to your intuition, allowing yourself to have this time to self-reflect and give in meditation to the universe, given your desires, your wishes, given your surrenders, and allow yourself to receive from the universe. Also, another exercise is to use a mirror and be able to practice your stillness, as feminine energy has that stillness. So what you want to do is to get in front of a mirror, and as you're in front of the mirror, practice noticing your body language. Practice noticing how you remain still, yet when you connect to your darker feminine energy, how that makes you feel like confident about yourself, how that makes you feel grounded, how that makes you feel more depth within your intuition. And when you shift to your light feminine energy, how different that feels. It's subtle, yet still there's a difference. And feel how much lighter you feel, just feeling both of their differences, feeling that lightness, feeling that radiance, feeling that just feel good sensation, and allowing yourself to be relaxed in that moment, while at the same time your body is still. So that way you practice your gaze and you practice being relaxed in your body. Okay, and now we're gonna be answering some questions. The first one is, how do I switch between my light and dark feminine energies? Okay. You can shift by first making an intention to notice and observe what is surrounding you, and be able to notice what your body is communicating to you. Do you feel relaxed and safe? Do you need a little bit more time to be able to process, so that way you can just observe for a little bit more, even if you remain a little bit more mysterious in the meanwhile? Notice your own feedback first, so that way when you know which one you want to lead more with, your light or your dark, you're coming from a place of confidence, knowing that you are fully supported and grounded. Next question. How can you tell which energy is better to embrace? It depends on the environment, and also depends on the situation you're in. Also depends on the people you're surrounded by, the person you're connecting to. As for instance, if you are out on a date, you can be more connected to your darker feminine energy, allowing yourself to exude more allure and mystery and seduction. Versus if you were meeting the parents, then you would want to be more in your light feminine energy. Or for instance at work, where it's a more professional environment, then I would not suggest to use your dark feminine energy. So connect to your intuition. Your intuition knows a lot, and use your own discernment to be able to determine which energy you should be more connected to. Next question is, how can I connect more to my feminine intuition? Okay. So for this, I would suggest practicing being present, practicing mindfulness, practicing meditating whenever you get a chance. You know in nature how prey animals are very connected and attuned to their environment. They're very grounded, yet at the same time they're able to listen to what's going on. They're able to also be relaxed, so that way they are enjoying the present. They are examples of how we can be connected to our intuition, as intuition is very receptive, and being able to be very receptive allows us to relax. It requires us to trust in what's going on. This is an example of how animals in nature are connected to their intuition, and they do it with grace and ease. And this is part of the feminine energy. Let's remember that the feminine energy is all about relaxing. It's about receiving. It's about allowing things to flow to you. So allow yourself to have the time where you are just connected to your own source, to your own energy source, and you're able to connect to your own intelligence, to your own receptivity, to your own intuition. So that way you are increasing your feminine intuition as a result, and whenever you need it, it's gonna be a lot easier to recognize and just know what to do. Allow yourself to be submerged in moments. Allow yourself to be able to relax and receive and flow, and be able to trust that you have that moment for yourself as a gift. The more that you're able to tune into your own energy source in a graceful and relaxed way, you're able to pump up your feminine intuition. Thank you so much for your presence. It makes me so happy to have you here. Feel free to write down in the comment section below any takeaways from this video that you got. Also, thank you so much for your support to my channel by liking, sharing, and subscribing. If you want to find out more ways to stay connected with me and my world, check out the description of this video for more. I wish you a beautiful day. I will see you in my next video. Bye.